Good evening, everybody. I'm going to say Hebrews 11. Now faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. By faith Abel offered a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying for his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found because God had translated him. But before his translation he had this testimony, that he pleased God. But without faith it is impossible to please God. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them who diligently seek him. By faith Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear prepared an ark for the savings of his house, and by the which he condemned the world, and became the heir of righteousness, which is by faith. By faith Abraham, when called to go out into a land which he should receive for inheritance, obeyed and went out, not knowing whither he went. Through faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles, Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which had foundations, and its builder and maker is God. Through faith Sarah also received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, for she judged him faithful who had promised. And therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, as many as the stars in the sky in multitude, and the sand which is by the seashore innumerable. These all died in faith, not having seen the promises, but having seen them afar off, and persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims upon this earth. For those who say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned. But now they seek a better country, a heavenly one, where God is not ashamed to be called their God, and for them he has prepared a city. Through faith Abraham, when tried, offered up Isaac, through whom he had received the promises, and offered up his only begotten son, of whom it was said that through Isaac shall thy seed be called. Accounting that God would be able to raise him up, even from the dead, from whence he once received him in vigour. Through faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning these things. By faith Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph, and worshipped, leaning upon the top of his staff. By faith Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel, and gave commandment concerning his bones. By faith Moses, when he was born, was hidden 3 months of his parents, for they saw that he was a proper child, and were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with God's people than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, esteeming the reproach of prize greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured in seeing him who is invisible. By faith he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch them. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, which the Egyptians, as saying to do, were drowned. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after being compassed for about 7 days. By faith the harlot Rahab perished not with those who believed not, for when she received the spies of peace. And what more shall I say? For the time would fail me to tell about Jephthah, and of Barak, and of Samson, and of David, and of Samuel, and of the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouth of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness became strong, waxed violent in fight, turned to flight the armies of the aliens.
Amen.
Women received their dead raised back to life, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. And others had trial of cruel mockings and scourgings, yea, moreover of bonds and imprisonments. and they were stoned, they were sawn asunder, were tempted. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered through mountains and deserts and dens and caves of the earth. All these, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promises. God having provided some better thing for us, that those without us should not be made perfect.
Amen. Well, that's just the beginning. That's just the beginning. God be praised. God be praised. Now, there's just something I want to let you know. After this song, the children will come back to the parents. So please, this is our last program as a junior class. I'm also meant to remind you that there are other children between 5 to 8 years old that have not been collected. So if you haven't seen your 5-year-old child, they are by the restaurant. And I'm going to pass the mic to the drill master before we sing the song.
Pathfinders! Attention! Stand at ease! Attention! Stand at ease! Attention! Right turn! Right turn! Right turn! Right turn! Stand at ease!
Looking up